I just saw the Elvis movie and wow, man, we gotta talk about it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy B-Ham back with another video, and today we're here to talk about the Elvis movie, so let's just get right into it. So first and foremost, Elvis is a biopic directed by Baz Luhrmann, who also did films like The Great Gatsby, Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, all those, and he killed it with this one, in my opinion. I absolutely loved it, man. First off, Austin Butler. Bro, Austin Butler, man. Wow. Clap it up for him in the chat. Dude blew me away, man. This performance was amazing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Oscar worthy yet because, you know, there's a whole year of film still to see. If that is an Oscar, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, man, he really embodied Elvis. It really felt like I was watching Elvis on screen, which was absolutely insane. I was just super impressed, man. Halfway through the movie, I completely forgot I was watching Austin Butler on screen. It felt like it was just straight Elvis. Like I was just watching Elvis grow up and become successful. And I literally forgot it wasn't him. And by the end of the film, when they show some clips of the real Elvis, you're almost like, oh my God, I forgot that's what he looked like. You literally forget. And it's amazing. He was even singing in the first half of the movie and towards the second half. And when he gets older, they started to interweave him and Elvis's voice together, and it sounded so great, man. There were some great scenes in this movie. Austin Butler is going to be massive. I think this is his big breakthrough, man. He's going to be a big star after this, man, because he was so impressive, man. It didn't feel like some sort of an Elvis impression, you know, where he was like, oh, man, thank you very much, man. No, it was like legitimate. It wasn't cheesy at all, and a lot of people were worried about his performance coming in. You know, you see the trailers, you're like, oh, man, I don't know about this, but no. He proved everyone wrong, man. Man did his research and man worked his ass off because that was a great performance all around. As for Tom Hanks, now he played Elvis's manager, Colonel Tom Parker. I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, I don't know about his performance. Personally, I actually thought it was great. Similar to Elvis, I completely forgot that it was Tom Hanks under all that makeup and prosthetics. I completely forgot halfway through the film, and that's how you know, he did a good job, in my opinion. Now, I really liked how the story was told through his eyes and how, you know, he thinks in his head he's the one who created Elvis, and it's all because of him. And I thought it was super cool seeing it through his eyes. So that's why I think his character was really vital to the story, because it gave a completely different viewpoint, but he was screwed up in the head, man. He did have this really weird accent that after further research, I found out the guy didn't really have. So I don't know really what they were going for with that, because at times it was really hard to understand him. And I just thought it was kind of stupid to have that accent, honestly. Especially if he doesn't have that in real life. What was the point? Yeah, there were moments like you could see the prosthetics did look a little wanky, but I still, majority of the time, completely forgot, oh man, that's Tom Hanks. And I thought he did a damn good job, you know, and that's just my opinion. I didn't realize, man, how controlling of a manager he had and how the dude was all about himself. You know, I'm not going to spoil too much of the movie, but wow, he was an asshole. But Baz Luhrmann, man, wow, great film. This was your typical Baz Luhrmann film, come on. I mean, the colors, the sound design, the big shows, the performances, it gave me the Great Gatsby vibes, and I really liked the Great Gatsby. I thought that movie was great. It's definitely my favorite Baz Luhrmann film, but I think this one might take the cake. If I'm gonna be honest, I think it's better than the Great Gatsby in my opinion. The sound design was off the charts. It literally felt like I was going to an Elvis concert, which is why I think all of you should go see it in theaters if you have the chance to, because it makes all the difference. The visuals and colors, man, whoever did the wardrobe on this deserves a round of applause. I mean, they went off with Elvis's clothes and it really looked just like what Elvis used to wear back then. The movie was a whole on great production, man. This movie was really well done. One thing I just really loved about it was that they took this larger than life figure, Elvis. This dude was more famous than anyone on earth, most famous dude on earth, and they made him real. There's a couple scenes in there that really makes him real, and you really see this dude was just a human, just like us, man. He went through things, and at the end of the day, man, this movie actually is pretty sad, because towards the end, man, Elvis's life turned kind of into a tragedy in a way. And I grew up loving Elvis. My parents used to listen to Elvis, and I just loved his music, and I still do. I love listening to oldies. I just thought it was the perfect way to show his life. I learned so much more into his life than I knew before. I really didn't realize how controlling his manager was and how he was pulling strings to benefit himself. And I really didn't know the whole race thing was a big issue. at all. I really had no idea that they were trying to arrest him for all these things. And like I said, I won't get into spoilers, but there's a lot to unpack with this movie. And like, that's the one thing people are saying is there's one big complaint is it's too long. I think, yeah, you could have cut out maybe 10-15 minutes of the film, but overall it didn't bother me. I think we're watching a biopic here. You know, we're trying to look at this guy's whole entire life in 2.5 hours. You can't do that in an hour and 30 to 2 hour movie. You need some time. But yeah, there were a couple scenes that were a little dragged out, but I personally didn't really see a problem with the length of the film. I mean, some people just have a shorter attention span, and that's what it is. But for me, I think the pacing was really good. Yeah, there were times when you couldn't tell when they time jumped, because they do time jump quite a lot in this film. And there were some times where it was hard to distinguish, but overall, I really didn't have a problem with it. I thought with the time they had, I thought they really got what they were going for in this movie, man. Personally, I haven't seen too many musical biopics, you know, like Rocket Man or Bohemian Rhapsody, but personally, this one, man, hit home for me. Also, there's some great moments in this film with like B.B. King, Little Richard. It just was so cool. I never knew how close Elvis was with all those people. I also really liked the way they did Elvis and Priscilla's relationship, but there was a few little details like left out, like with her age. She was only like 14 when they first started dating, which is kind of a little weird, but you know, it is what it is. But one thing I kind of liked is they didn't really go too deep into his drug addiction. I think that would have detracted from the overall story at hand, and it would have made it more about, man, Elvis was an addict, Elvis was this. No, it really went more into his whole entire life and not just like the negatives of it. And I feel like the color tones with the different timelines really fit. One of the last scenes, which is a pretty sad scene, they have a very desaturated colors, and it really fit the tone of the movie, and it was really great to watch. I went into this movie just expecting, man, I love Elvis. I hope they don't F up his character, and it blew me away. Truly blew me away. And in my opinion, it's one of the best movies that I've seen this year, and that's just me though, man. I'm actually already gonna go see it again tomorrow. That's how much I liked it, so I ain't capping with y'all. But yeah, man, this is my first movie review that I've done in years, so let me know what you think. Maybe if you want to hear more. I like to keep it short and sweet, but hopefully I didn't drag on too long. But I just enjoy talking about movies, so if you want to hear more movie reviews, they're on the way. I just saw Lightyear. Let me know if you want me to review that, because I will. But other than that, I want to know, did you see Elvis? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed hearing my thoughts about the Elvis movie, make sure you drop a like. It would mean a lot. But yeah, guys, without further ado, it's been your boy B-Ham. I want y'all to be happy and manifest. And I'm out, guys.
Girl, why you gotta take it there? Couple days, you'll be running back.